Hi folks, it's Swivel here from Thundermist Lure Company. What a great day we have here in February. Actually, it's a little bit cold, but you know what? I was ice fishing last week, and this week, folks, it's all about the open water and looking for the Niagara River steelhead. So, it's a little bit cold, but that's okay. Now, the rig I'm running today, I'm gonna run, I think if you've seen me bottom bounce before, you've seen my rig where the sinker line is longer than the hook line. However, today what I'm gonna do, folks, I'm gonna run the traditional bottom bounce rig, the rig that most people use, and that's the rig where I've got a T-turn tie, a Thundermist T-turn tied on, and off the T-turn I've got about a 3-4 inch drop to a sinker. And then I've got a longer line, about 2 feet, to my hook. And I've snelled on my own hook. And if you want to know how to snell, I've got a video that I did a while ago on how to snell a hook, a very easy way. I'll put a link here for you. But what I did is I tied on a size 4 octopus style hook. And I went with size 4 because most people, when they fish for steelhead, they like smaller hooks. And smaller hooks are great, but I just like the little bit of a larger hook. It's got a bigger hook gap, and I got a better chance for a better hook set. So that's why I went with that size hook. The line I'm running, 10-pound test braid, and I've got 8-pound mono. Now the reason I went with mono floats. And with this rig, with a 4-inch drop to a sinker, and with such a long line to my hook, both the sinker and my bait are gonna be bouncing along the bottom. And I don't want to get snagged up, so mono actually floats. It'll help keep my bait a little bit higher, and also I put some floats in my row bag that will also help keep that hook off the bottom because I don't want to get snagged up. So that's going to be the system today: casting upstream, bottom bounce, get to the end of the drift, and then bring it in and do it all over again. What a way to spend a February day. So glad you could join me. Stay tuned, folks. Third cast in, I can't believe it. Third cast in right on the bounce. Oh my. Oh, did I lose him? No, he's still there. He's just swimming towards me. That's the thing. They go left, they go right. These steelhead thrash around. Oh. Okay, now I'm just gonna loosen up on my drag just a bit. There we go. Let him pull when he pulls. Now this braided line is just barely performing because it's like -1, -2 right now. But with this wind, it feels an awful lot colder. But the braided line, it picks up the water on the line. It stays on the line, and it kind of doesn't perform very well. But it's working. It's working, and I'm happy right now. Oh boy, this guy is peel and drag. That's what steelhead fishing in the winter is all about, folks, right there. And I see the eye on my fishing rod. I always call them the eyes. Antonio says, don't call them eyes, they're rod guides. Yes, they are rod guides. The guide on my rod, the very last one, is I can see it's all frozen because the water builds up on it and it just freezes up on the eyes. Oh, that's a nice fish. I just got a little glimpse of him. So the traditional bottom bounce method, yes, it works. I just usually don't run that method because I want to make sure my hook is off the bottom and out of snags. But I think by using the mono line and by putting those floats in, that helps keep that hook line off the bottom but yet still in the strike zone. So my hands are bitter cold, but I'll tell you, they're as warm as anything right now. That's a beautiful steelhead right there, folks. Let me grab my net. I would love to land this fish. Oh, love to land this fish. You know, I had a lot of fun last week fishing for perch. But it's sure nice in the winter to be able to take a break, find some open water, and set the hook on a bigger fish. And why not? Oh, look at that steelhead. Oh yeah, that is one beautiful fish. Yes! Landed. That size 4 hook has done the job for me today. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get him off the hook and a quick photo, and we're gonna do a nice release. Look at this fish, folks. You gotta check this fish out. That is one beautiful steelhead right there. Look at the nice natural colors on them. No fin clips. Look at this, no fin clips at all. This could be a beautiful natural Niagara River steelhead right there. Nice to see that. These fish are thriving in here, Niagara River. Okay, we're gonna do a nice beautiful little release here right now, folks. Oh, this water is cold. Okay, see you later, Mr. Steelhead. All right, the water is bitter cold, let me tell you. Okay, but I have rigged up. Again, the rig is working. I've rigged up with another row bag, and I gotta tell you, my day was made right there. This one hit just as I started bouncing along. The first one hit at the end of the drift. This one hit just at the beginning of the drift. Oh, and what a nice bite that was. Now, if I haven't mentioned, I am using a 7.5 foot, one piece medium action rod. Now, most people when they're fishing for steelhead, oh boy, this is a nice fish. Most people when they're fishing for steelhead like to use longer fishing rods. But for those of you who have been watching, you know that I prefer using these shorter rods. I just like them. You get a lot more control on the rod, and I'm still able to land the fish. So I personally like the shorter fishing rods. But by all means, the longer, you know, those longer trout rods, you can, oh, wow. You could use lighter line. It absorbs a lot more of the pressure off the fish. They do have their advantages, but I sure do like these shorter fishing rods. This 7.5 foot to me is perfect. And the medium action is a great action for these trout. Oh, look at these rod eyes. I'm limited with this fishing today, folks, because it's so cold. Uh-oh. No, I thought he might have got hung up there, but no. The sinker maybe just touching bottom. Oh, this boy. Folks, I got a dandy on here. Oh boy, is this ever a nice fish. It's a big steelhead. Oh my, that's a good fish. I really want you to see this fish. Let's hope I can land him. Oh, look at this. Look at the colors on him. Oh, it looks like he's got somebody else's line too. It looks like someone else might have caught him at some point and lost him. Look at this. What a beautiful fish. Oh, yes. Nice colors on him. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fish. But look on the other side here, this fish. I'm going to turn him. You see there's another row bag, and looks like, I don't know, something green there, and then another one on this side. Wow. Well, that is one big, oh, I'm going to lose him. That is one big, beautiful trout. Nice steelhead there. All right, let's get him off the hook. And it looks like this fish has already survived being caught once, possibly twice before. And you know what? I'm gonna let him go and let someone else enjoy him too. Let's take a look at this fish. Oh, what a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. Okay, but I want to show you, he did have another hook in him. And I want you to see this hook that came out of him. This one right there. Look how small that hook is compared to the one that I'm using. And like I say, most people like to use smaller hooks for steelhead, but like I said, I like that bigger gap. Let's take a look at this fish. Oh, he's already starting to get, it's winter, it's February. He's already starting to get these spawning colors on him, but look at that gorgeous, gorgeous fish. Nice coloration on him. And this one actually, if you look at the top fin there, you see how it's a little deformed right there? Just got a little deformity on it. That's the sign of a stocked fish right there. So this fish is stocked right there. That little bit of a clip there. Show, oh, he's ready to go. Okay, you're gonna go. See you later, Mr. Steelhead. What a gorgeous, gorgeous fish that was. I just love the coloration on him. Oh boy, cold hands, it doesn't matter. got myself another row bag rigged up here. Check these rod eyes. Okay, but you know what, folks? I gotta tell you, boatless angling in the winter, finding some open water, and with a rig like this, you can fish. You don't have to bottom bounce, you can just cast it out and still fish. But I gotta tell you, on a day like today, just take a look at the scenery, take a look at the day. It's something peaceful about just watching my rod tip as my line and sinker bounce along the bottom there, and just watching the rod tip. And as I'm doing that, I'm enjoying the nature around me. The birds are diving. There's another duck out here called an old squaw. Makes a nice neat sound to it. But this really is a peaceful way to spend the day. Absolutely gorgeous, nice and quiet out here. I'm loving it. You know what, folks, if you haven't yet, of course, feel free to subscribe. But if you get an opportunity, give bottom bouncing a try, steelhead fishing. You'll have a lot of fun. It really is great. I want to thank you ever so much for joining me on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, until next time, good luck and good fishing.